Hey everybody, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the Content Alternative Learning Packet. It is going to be on a new unit called Economics, and before we get into it, I just want to explain a little bit about the packet. So we realized it was kind of a lot since now you have 3 different things to do: reading, math, and now content as well. So I'm going to let you take 2 weeks to do this. You can split it up however you want. I emailed everybody, gave you some options on maybe how to do it. So what you're going to do is you have a notebook packet, which is just like the digital notebook. I printed out for you. So you're going to work through that with me. And then you're going to use this page right here, the actual packet itself, to do some vocab, do some practice, things like that. And it kind of lays out how the days are in different sections. So you can split those sections up to different days. You could do it how I already have it. You could do it every other day. That is completely up to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off our brand new unit with going through the digital notebook. So I'm going to go over to that, and we're going to start with the vocab. So we're going to be right here in section 1. Okay. All right. So you are going to go ahead and write in your packet the missing words from our vocabulary words, or our vocabulary terms. So we've got our new economics unit, and economics are all about how goods and services are made, given away, and used. So you can fill those in. If you ever need to pause it, I'm going to just keep reading. You can pause it to write down the missing words and then hit play whenever you're ready for the next one. Goods. Goods are things that people make and or use to satisfy wants and needs. Services are activities that satisfy people's wants and needs. We're going to keep going, and we're going to talk about what these things are, what these wants and needs actually are, because we're going to hear a lot about this. Wants are things that people use or have that make their life easier or more enjoyable. So think about things like if you were going to eat a bowl of ice cream, that would make your life more enjoyable because we like ice cream. Okay. And maybe you want to use a big riding lawnmower to mow your grass instead of a push mower. That would make your life easier. But needs are things that people use or have to make life possible. Okay. These are things that you need in your life to be able to survive. We don't need ice cream to survive, and we don't need big, fast lawnmowers to survive. So what I want you to do now is in your packet, in the notebook packet, you can label all of these items as a need or a want. And you can do that now. Pause this video, do that, and then come on back and we're going to go over the answers. All right, so water. Water is a need. You need water to survive. But what about a skateboard? That's a want. Soap? That's also a want. You don't need it to survive, but it would make your life a little bit more enjoyable because you won't be so stinky. How about shelter? Shelter is a need, so you can survive the elements, rain and snow and cold weather and hot weather. You need shelter to survive. Food is also a need. A car is a want. Oxygen is definitely a need. We need that to survive. And the iPhone 11, a lot of you might think you need that, but it's actually just a want. All right, you can pause here, and I'm going to tell you what the next thing to do is. All right, so hopefully you have all this vocab filled in. If you don't, go ahead back and do it. And under section 2, we have practice. We've already done number 1. We've labeled the items on page 2 as wants or needs. And now you're going to find the goods versus service practice page and complete it. I'm going to go ahead and find it and show you what that looks like. Let's see. Good versus service. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit of practice for tomorrow's lesson. But we have goods and services. And goods are things, like we found in our vocab. Goods are things that people use, and services are activities. So keep that in mind when you're looking at your sorts. And if you can identify them as a thing or an activity that somebody does, okay, that should help you, give you clues if that item is a good or a service. So after you finish that up, that actually wraps up day one. I just wanted to introduce you to some vocabulary. Come on back for day two, and we will do some more vocabulary. There is one last thing if you'd like, if you want some extra practice, and that's number 3. And you can use a newspaper and find examples of goods and services being provided by people in our community. So you can find a place in the newspaper, you can find some services people are offering, or maybe some goods that are for sale, and find out some of these things in your community. So that's it for day one. Come on back for day two. I will see you then.